Today, I'm doing a restart in Huntington Beach, California, and I want to talk to you about wheels and tires. Let's start from the beginning. When you get a new truck, it will come with Transforce tires, and let me tell you, they are garbage. Mine only lasted me 30,000 miles, and after searching online and talking to a couple other people with the same kind of truck, a single rear wheel, Hotshot setup, they lasted about the same for basically everyone, right around 30,000 miles. So if you're averaging 8 to 10,000 miles a month, you will need new tires within 3 months. And so when I got my truck, I was a little pissed off because after talking to semi-truckers and owner-operators like on bigger equipment, they consistently tell me that their tires last them 100,000 miles at least, and the super singles that the semis are now getting last 200,000 miles. So I go to the tire store where I take my other car for oil changes, whatever, just a local tire shop. And I ask them, guys, I need the longest lasting highway tire that you could possibly give me with the same weight rating. They go like, okay, boom, we can recommend these Yokohama's G056. So they hook me up and they charge me about $1,000 for 4 tires, mounted, balanced, installed with warranty and getting rid of the old ones. So $1,000 gets me 4 new tires, and these tires, they last me 60 to 65,000 miles. And so compared to those other ones, which were also about $1,000 if you go get them instead, I'm getting double the life. So I'm happy as can be. But then, like a retard, I go and overload my drive axle. I put 9,600 pounds on a 7,000 pound axle. Now, granted, that happened because the shipper told me the incorrect weight, but also because I was still kind of new and I haven't developed my how to load a Hotshot correctly formula yet. So I put it too close to the front and I overweighed my drive axle. That mistake, however, puts me on a tireless pursuit to find a higher rated rim. Now, I can find a higher rated tire, but what I did find was that the higher rated tires only go on 19.5 inch rims. And so I get this light bulb. Hey, I should go get 19.5 inch rims. The problem with that is that 19.5 inch tires have an extremely low speed rating compared to these Yokohamas. And still, I shelled out like over $2,000 for brand new rims and brand new tires, 19.5s, and they also suck. They end up lasting me only 30 to 35,000 miles, and I'm unhappy because I dumped a bunch of cash on them. And then I ended up like switching to a different tire instead of like an all season or like a mud looking tread. I ended up switching to just a highway tread, and those also last 30,000 miles. And so I'm into my 19.5 rims and tires like $4,000, and I say F this. I go find some used rims on Craigslist, 18s, and those are the rims I have now. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. Right here is my Yokohama weight and speed rating. The weight rating is the 3 numbers right there, 125. Now there's a /122 because that's a dually weight rating. So the first number, 125, is my single rear wheel weight rating. The second number is my dual rear wheel weight rating, and the letter is the speed rating. So it's 125 single, 122 dually weight, and R is the speed rating. And if you just do a Google search, you can get a chart just like this that shows you your ratings. Now, if you look down right here, 125 is 3,638 pounds per tire on single wheels. So if I have one wheel on one side, it's a 3,600, and the other wheel on the other side, it's 3,600. So that means the max weight that my tires can hold is 7,200. But my axle is rated for 7,000, so no issues with the DOT at all, because sometimes people get less rating tires than what their axle can hold, and they get in trouble for that. So don't do that. But still, 7,200 on my tires, 7,000 on my axle, I'm good to go. So weight's good. These are my 18s, so the weight is fine, and the speed rating on them is R. And if you look, R is 106 miles an hour. And what that means is you can go 106 miles an hour fully loaded. So at 7,200 pounds, if you have 2 tires, or if you have 4 tires, that's the 122, so that's less weight. But 106. Now, in comparison, a 19.5 inch tire has a speed rating of 75. So that's an L speed rating. And that's the reason that the 19.5s don't last as long, because tires hate getting hot. They melt faster. And so the goal is to prevent how hot you get. And so the faster you go, the quicker they melt, because the hotter they get. And that's the issue I was running into, because my 19.5s would get too hot and they wouldn't last as long. Because if I'm just doing the speed limit, 75 in some places, 80 in some places, the speed limit. If I'm just doing the speed limit, right? Let's say I have a light load, which most of the time we do, and it's aerodynamic, pretty low. I'm doing the speed limit. And by doing the speed limit, my tires melted way faster. And that's why I said, screw the 19.5s, switched back to the 18s, and I couldn't be happier. Now, there are tires that are rated higher 19.5s. Those are the Toyos. They're rated for 87 miles an hour. Now, that's better than 75, obviously, but still, 87 isn't quite enough. I don't want to spend. The problem is those Toyos were $2,100 for a set of tires. That means I'd be able to get 2 sets of tires with the 18s. You know, it's like, and the aluminum rims that I have now, they're stronger than the steel rims that I had before. So I am having no issues, and I highly recommend not spending a ton of money on 19.5s. That's foolish. Just stick with the 18s. Go get yourself some higher rated maybe tires. The next Yokohamas, they're rated a little higher. They're rated for 112, not 106. So that's even better. But there are Toyos that are rated for, check this out, Toyos rated for 4,000 pounds a tire. And I've never had a tire blowout, but they're rated for 4,000 pounds a tire, and they're rated for 112 miles an hour on the speed. And so, but they're like a nice winter tread. They're really good in the winter. I forgot what those are. They're Toyos. Those are the ones I'll get next for the winter, because obviously right now it's nice outside, so I don't need. But these Yokohamas, they're a good set of tires, and I recommend everyone get them if you're going to stick with the 18s. If you're going to switch to something else, that's up to you. But right now, get the Yokohamas, and during the winter, I'll let you guys know how those Toyos do. All right, guys, I'm really sorry about that. I just went on a rant. But anyways, so that's basically the history of my tires. Now you're all caught up. Let me know down below in the comments of your thoughts on this video, or if you have some questions. But to sum it all up, yes, my next tires will be the Toyo Open Country AT2s Extremes, but they will be the 295, not the 275 that I currently have, because those are the ones that are rated for 4,000 pounds. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.